And welcome back. I hope you've all been doing well. So tonight we have our channel update and week in review. We're going to cover the previous videos that we've already uploaded, what's coming up next week. We're going to talk about some changes made to the channel, a topic that popped up in the news, and we'll cover a couple of free games on the Freeloader plugin on the Steam Deck. And we'll talk about the top 10 games on Steam, both that are being sold and are currently being played. And then we'll wrap it up with my game recommendation of the week. So I did have a question in the comments about why the clock up here seems to skip around when watching the video. That's because I'm editing it out. So a lot of times when I am reading through the script or I'm in the process of discussing a topic, I may stumble over words, read a little too hard, the cats will be fighting in the background, something that's creating extra noise, and I need to edit that stuff out. So that's why you see the clock up here maybe skip from 10 seconds to 15 seconds to 20 seconds. It's just the wonders of editing, I guess. All right, so that said, let's go ahead and jump right into the review. So we're going to open up the calendar. So last week, on last Sunday, the 16th, we uploaded a Sunday shooter. I believe it was Rainbow Six Siege. And then on Monday, we uploaded episode 21 of the Steam Library playthrough. And then on Wednesday, the 19th, we uploaded a video on the Linux kernel, talked a little bit about Linus and his background and some of the history of the Linux kernel. And then we move on to today, and we're doing our channel update and news. So for next week, the plan is currently to have episode 22 of the Steam Library playthrough uploaded. And again, that'll be hopefully about by 6 p.m. And then on Thursday, I'm going to upload a video on GNU. So I thought that was a fitting tie-in to last week's video about the Linux kernel, since they go hand in hand. So that video will be in the same format. We'll talk about Richard Stallman a little bit, and then we'll get into what GNU is and how it ties into the Linux kernel. And then we'll wrap up the week with our weekly channel update. So we can go ahead and close this out and move on to the next section, which is the weekly channel update. I'm going to pause this real quick while I bring up the YouTube channel, so I'll be right back. All right, so I made a few changes to the channel, and there's some more changes coming. I have kind of reorganized the homepage a little bit by listing out the playlists. So we have a playlist for Linux Steam Gaming. This is the Steam Library playthrough that we're currently in the middle of, or wrapping up, I should say. We only have a few more videos to go, and that'll be complete. Then our Steam Deck category, and then all the videos down below. And then I've also added a trailer up here at the top, and I'm kind of experimenting a little bit to see what videos I need to be putting up here on a weekly basis. So for now, I think I'm just going to stick with the most recent video. I'll put that here so new viewers can come in, they check out the homepage, they see the most recent video. And then under the community tab, I started playing with this last week, or a couple days ago. And the very first post I made was sort of a poll asking folks which Debian-based distro they preferred. And so far, Linux Mint is on top with 43%. Ubuntu's at 11%, Zorn is hanging in with 5%, and Pop! OS is at 41%. I'm also considering making this a weekly posting as well, kind of giving you an idea of when the next videos are coming out, their dates at least. And I've also decided to, going back to the homepage for a second, I've taken out some of the, all the gaming, the non-Steam related, or the non-Linux related gaming content has been removed. I've decided to make a second channel over here, Raves Gameplay, and I'll be posting those videos over here since I think it's more appropriate to sort of separate the two. This channel is primarily for Linux and Linux gaming, sure, but this is going to cover everything from emulation to console plays, PC plays, and even mobile gameplay. So hopefully that'll clean up the main page a little bit, because if you're here for Linux, you don't want to see Call of Duty gameplay necessarily. I don't really expect much from this channel, and I know that that niche and that genre is super saturated, oversaturated with, you know, God knows how many millions of channels dedicated to gaming, but this is really more for me just to have fun, because I do enjoy making the content, I do enjoy the editing, and then doing the posting. So I'm not expecting a whole lot, but I did want somewhere to put those videos so they're not interfering with the main goal of this particular channel, which is to educate folks on the Linux operating system. All right, so that's pretty much it for the channel. Oh, one more thing I do want to discuss too is that another reason I wanted to get rid of the Sunday Siege or the Sunday Shooter now, since we've kind of started playing a lot more Call of Duty. These videos take a lot of time to make, and I want to focus more on quality and not so much on quantity. So that gives me more time to focus on editing and script writing and research and everything else that goes into making a video. And the videos over here on the gameplay channel, those are going to be completely random and arbitrary. So there's not going to be a set schedule. It's whenever I decide to record something and throw it up for view, that's what I'll do. Anyway, okay, so that wraps up the channel update for this week. And one more thing, actually. Let me bring up the statistics real quick. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, we've 8,633 views in the last 28 days and 87 new subscribers. So for those of you that are new and recently joined and subscribed, very much from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. It is very much appreciated. And I hope you continue to enjoy the content. But quite a long way I've come since having 9 subscribers and getting no views. So I do really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you, and I hope that it shows as I try to cater to your viewing needs and wants. All right, so that wraps up the channel week in review. So now we'll move on to the news. All right, so in the news for you KDE Plasma users, 6.1 hit on Tuesday, the June 18th, 2024. So it is now up and live and ready for download and implementation or installation. So we'll cover real quick, and what I'll do is I'll put this link to this in the description below so you can go to this site directly without having to search for it yourself. But if you're a KDE Plasma user, you probably already have this bookmarked anyway. So what's new? We have Access Remote Plasma Desktops. One of the more spectacular features added in Plasma 6.1 is that you can now start a remote desktop directly from the system settings app. Customization made more visual. So in version 6.1, all aspects of edit mode have been overhauled, and you will now see a slick animation when you activate it. The entire desktop zooms out smoothly, giving you a better overview of what's going on. Persistent apps. Plasma 6.1 on Wayland now has a feature that remembers what you were doing in your last session, like it did under X11. Sync your keyboard's colored LEDs. So for those of you that like messing around with your LED settings, apparently you can do it now through Plasma 6.1. I'm not a Plasma 6.1 user. I prefer GNOME, as you all know, but I'm all for it. If this is your DE of a choice, more power to you. And all this too. So we have simplified the choices you see when you try to exit Plasma by reducing the number of confusing options. Screen locking gives you the option of configuring it to behave like a traditional screensaver, and 2 visual accessibility changes. Shake cursor makes the cursor grow when you shake it. I could actually make a joke here, but I will refrain. This helps you to locate that tiny little arrow on your large cluttered screens. Edge barrier is useful if you have have a multi-monitor setup and want to access things on the very edge of your monitor. All right, so again, I'll put the link to this in the description below for your convenience. And that's all I have in the news for this week. There were some more other things that came out, but my week was pretty eventful, pretty busy, so I was only able to do research on one at this time. So I'll work on getting some more updates next week as well. So we'll go ahead and close this out. And then we'll move on to our next section, which is going to be recommendations for the Freeloader app on your Steam Deck. If you don't have Freeloader installed, I highly recommend that you install CSS Loader and install the Freeloader plugin because it does offer you some free games that you can download on your Steam Deck. So this week we have Tell Me Why, which was on last week's list. The expiration date is on July 1st, and regular price is $19.99 on the Epic Store. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and grab it. The other game is Freshly Frosted, which I have no idea what this game is about. All I know is that it's on the Epic Store and the regular price is $9.99, and this deal expires on June 27th. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the top 10 games on Steam right now. Okay, so currently the top 10 sellers on Steam are Elden Ring Shadow of the Herb Tree, which I need to grab this myself actually, Destiny 2, Counter-Strike 2, Chained Together, Kingdom Heart HD, Helldivers 2, Body Cam, Final Fantasy 14 Online, and War Thunder. It looks like Helldivers is making somewhat of a resurgence. That's a very good thing. And let's take a look at the most played. So far we have Counter-Strike 2, Banana, which I still have no idea what this is supposed to be, Elden Ring, Dota 2, PUBG Battlegrounds, Rust, Destiny 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, Apex Legends, and Call of Duty. Alright, so don't forget, Steam Summer Sale is next week, June 27th. So hopefully your wish list is put together, and let me check mine real quick. So I've got Ghost Song in mind, Dirt 5, which I want to buy it for the Steam Deck, but I do have it on my Xbox Game Pass. So I played it, it's a lot of fun. It's not quite as good as Dirt 2, or Dirt Rally 2.0, or Dirt Rally itself, but I don't know, it's still kind of fun. Depending on what the price is, what the reduction is on it, I may grab it for the deck. Little Nightmares 3 is not coming out yet, not until 2025, and I want to check out Lords of the Fallen. It's currently on sale, 50% off, but I don't know if I should pull the trigger now or wait until the Steam sale. It might not be on sale next week. Anyway, so Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash, so I might grab that depending on what the sale price is. So have a pretty short wish list, but that may grow as I take some time in the next few days to kind of go through the store and see if there's anything that strikes my interest. All right, so for the game of the week, I do want to recommend Lara Croft Go, and I probably shouldn't have closed out Steam so quickly. Let's go to the store. Lara Croft Go is Lara Croft Go, not Laura. It's $9.99, and it's a pretty fun game. It's a sort of a puzzle adventure game, very similar to Hitman Go. In fact, I think it's the same developer. In fact, I'm 99% sure it's the same developer, but $9 right now. If you wait till next week on the Steam sale, you might get it for just a couple of bucks. I actually played it and beat it a couple of times, so it's 7.6 hours in. It's not a very long game, but it's very fun. It's very cool. So highly recommend that one if you want to check it out. And with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up the video. I thank you all for watching, and thank you all who have subscribed and continue to watch, and welcome to all of you new subscribers. And I hope to see you in the next video. So stay safe, and I'll see you later. Have a good one.